Hello, alive one. I am Candleate. I am gonna help you eat your snacks, not literally. Before we start, leave a comment to let me know which part of the living land you are listening from and what snacks are you eating now. Also give a like and subscribe if you are enjoying the stories. Now, prepare your snacks and relax. Not far from a quaint and serene village, surrounded by expansive terraced rice fields and lush natural landscapes, stood a minimalist yet luxurious house. It was clear that the person who built the house in such a place intended it as a retreat, to rest and escape from the stress of daily life. The only occupant of the house was a woman named Amelia. She had purchased the land long ago. Initially, she planned to turn it into a garden. However, the calming environment, the picturesque views, and the friendliness of the villagers convinced her to build a home there instead. One morning, Amelia locked her house and the front gate before heading to the village on her electric motorcycle. The gentle sun, clear sky, and fresh countryside air brought peace to her heart. She breathed deeply, savoring the clean morning air while enjoying the surrounding beauty. As she passed by the vast terraced fields, Amelia noticed Mrs. Eva working in her rice field. She cheerfully greeted her with a "good morning," which Mrs. Eva returned with a smile and a wave, warning Amelia to ride her electric motorcycle carefully. Amelia nodded in response and continued her way to the village store. At the store, Amelia picked up some cooking ingredients and spices. As she was about to pay, the shopkeeper said, "Miss Amelia, I know a nice young man who's still single. If you're interested, I could introduce you." Amelia paused slightly, then replied, "Thank you for the kind offer, but I'm not ready to be in a relationship again." "Oh, I didn't mean to offend you, Amelia," said the shopkeeper quickly. "I understand. Don't worry," Amelia said with a faint smile. Amelia had recently divorced her husband after discovering his affair. Though it took her time to heal, the tranquil life in the village had mended her heart. As she rode back home, she scoffed at the memory of her ex-husband, her heart lighter than before. That night, after dinner, Amelia prepared for bed. She checked the windows and doors to ensure everything was locked, then lay down and soon drifted into sleep. But in the middle of the night, she felt a heavy pressure on her chest. Slowly waking up and rubbing her eyes, she saw a figure at the foot of her bed, clad in a white robe with long black hair covering its face. Amelia gasped and quickly pulled the blanket over herself, trembling in terror. She remained still under the blanket. An hour passed, then 2. Hearing nothing and feeling no movement, Amelia finally peeked from under the covers. The figure had vanished, but her bedroom door was wide open. She rushed to lock it again and stayed hidden under the blanket until morning. With the sunlight pouring into her room, Amelia felt a small sense of relief. She carefully opened the door and found nothing unusual outside. Still shaken, she walked to her CCTV monitoring room and played the footage from the night before. To her horror, she saw herself screaming and hiding under the blanket. But the ghostly figure was nowhere to be seen on the recording. Her face turned pale. She checked the footage from the other rooms. On the kitchen camera, she saw the back door creaking open on its own. No one entered. Then, dishes and glasses suddenly fell and shattered. Amelia's fear grew. That morning, she decided to leave the house. She packed essential items and asked to stay at a villager's house for a few nights. She also called for a spiritual paranormal to cleanse her home. Amelia stayed with the villagers for several nights. When the paranormal finally visited her home, he reported that he had cleansed it of negative energy and dark forces. Amelia was grateful and thanked the paranormal and the villagers. However, after she left, one of the villagers asked the medium, "Were you able to banish the ghost?" The paranormal, lighting a cigarette, replied, "I did sense and remove some dark energy, yes, but I never sensed a ghost." Then what did Amelia see? Perhaps she had a nightmare or hallucination. Remember, if a ghost manifests itself physically, we humans should be able to touch them. They would also appear on camera. The villagers exchanged confused looks, still wondering what exactly Amelia had encountered. Amelia returned to her home after a few days. As she entered, she could feel the atmosphere inside had improved. During her stay in the village, she had decided to install additional CCTV cameras, one in the garden and another by the back door. Once the new cameras were in place, Amelia moved the monitor screen to her bedroom so she could quickly check her surroundings at any time. Feeling safer, she went to bed. Just before falling asleep, she heard the sound of the front door unlocking. Startled, she jumped out of bed and immediately checked the new garden camera's feed. What she saw made her blood run cold. The ghostly figure was there, now clearly visible on the CCTV, something she couldn't see before. Upon closer inspection, she noticed something chilling. The figure was wearing shoes and a bracelet, items that belonged to her ex-husband. Her face turned pale as she reached for her landline phone. She dialed the police. The call connected, but the voice on the other end wasn't the police. It wasn't her ex-husband either. It was someone else. "You don't need to worry about your ex-husband. After all, we can't really talk to the not living, can we? Especially worry about them. Stop talking about him. Don't you miss me, Amelia? Your dear uncle is back," the voice in the call said. The phone dropped from Amelia's hand, shattering as it hit the wall. She collapsed to the floor, paralyzed by terror. The man attempting to break into her house was her uncle, the same uncle who had bullied her during her teenage years and was supposed to be in prison. Now she realized why the old CCTV never caught the figure and why the landline had failed. Her uncle had tampered with the camera systems. He didn't know about the new camera, but he had sabotaged the phone system, ensuring Amelia couldn't call for help. Footsteps approached. Then came loud knocking sounds on her bedroom door, like this.